The leaves are turning, the air is getting crisp, and pumpkin spice is taking over everything like some kind of seasonal infection. But you know what that means? It's officially horror gaming season. This time of year is basically a tradition for me to fire up some spooky themed games. Whether I'm cracking the vampire killer whip through Castlevania, or brawling my way through hordes of monsters as Jason Voorhees, aka Rick Taylor, in Splatterhouse. And then of course, there's Resident Evil, wandering through the Spencer Mansion, fighting off the nightmares created by Umbrella. And of course, that awkward, beautiful voice acting we all love so much.
No! Don't go!
But sometimes I don't just want to replay the classics. While I do still love them, I want a new experience. Something new, but with the old school soul. So in this video, I've rounded up 5 of the coolest looking spooky games to play this Halloween season, across all different types of genres. And what better way to start things off with a dungeon crawler? An RPG themed after 90s era horror, House of Necrosis. In the depths of the forest, an old mansion stands. Reports of bizarre murders have surfaced. A special forces team was sent out, but no one has returned. You enter the mansion with your team, but now you're alone. If that setup didn't scream Resident Evil, then stepping into this entryway absolutely will. Even the protagonist is basically a clone of Jill Valentine. House of Necrosis is clearly wearing its love for the classics on its sleeve. But here's where things take a sharp turn, because this game flips the formula completely upside down with its turn-based combat. Every action, from attacking to using items, is based on a turn-based combat system, definitely giving it more of a JRPG vibe. In fact, you can even cast spells. There's an XP system and gear to collect, but don't get too comfortable, because this game is also a roguelite. Every time you die, you're pulled from the abyss by a strange merchant.
Over here, stranger.
No, not that merchant. This one is more of a scavenger, a humble collector of treasures, who informs us that the only way to escape this mysterious mansion is to venture further into it. He has items that we could purchase with gold, that we could use on future runs, helping us go further into this massive maze. He also has a really annoying laugh that I imagine sounds something like this. So if you're interested in checking this game out, well, you're in luck, because House of Necrosis is already available on Steam for only $12. So yeah, it's kind of a steal. But hey, if you're craving more of a traditional survival horror experience, then it's time to head to the town of Rockwood.
I gotta admit, this place has all the makings of a horror movie. Seriously, what kind of a guy calls a place Rockwood? Sounds like the name of a lousy punk band.
And if you're a fan of old school PlayStation 1 type of survival horror games, then Flesh Made Fear definitely should be on your radar. This game has everything you could want from that era, and it knows exactly who its target audience is. Just check out the tagline on Steam: tank controls, fixed camera angles, and pure terror. That right there tells you everything you need to know. The developer clearly knows what old school fans are looking for, from the moody atmosphere, eerie lighting, and unsettling music, to the distant groans and growls of the monsters that go bump in the night, that could jump out at you at any moment. And of course, in case you're wondering, you don't have to run away. You can stand and fight with that good old-fashioned survival horror zombie poppin' action. But Flesh Made Fear doesn't only pay homage to old school games like Resident Evil and Silent Hill. It also has nods to tons of 80s horror movies. Just listen to what the developer has to say about the game's story.
The story is a rogue scientist who used to work for the MK Ultra project back in the 60s goes rogue, and he starts messing around with stuff that he shouldn't be, as far as pagan and demonic lore, and mixing it with the serums, which causes people that he's injecting the serums with to turn into grotesque monsters. Very inspired from like 80s slasher movies like Reanimator, also like Halloween, Friday the 13th, If you love slasher movies, it's right up that alley.
Fleshblade VR will be available on PC via Steam on October 31st, perfectly timed for Halloween night. But let's keep the train rolling and jump into another nightmare that will be headed our way much sooner. Little Nightmares is a fantastic series that follows young characters trying to survive a world born from children's nightmares. A place where adults have been twisted into grotesque monstrous figures. It's one of those rare franchises that correctly leaves enough up to your imagination, letting you, the player, piece together what's really going on. And while usually I don't actually love when a game or movie leaves too much open for interpretation, and the reason why I don't love it is because this method of storytelling is usually done pretty poorly in my opinion, but when it's done right, it is a real treat. Especially when the core theme is something we could all relate to: childhood fears.
Through endless nights and stormy weather, we face our childhood fears together.
So I cannot wait to see the lore expanded upon in Little Nightmares 3. And it's not just the story. The atmosphere is top notch, from the haunting visuals to the eerie music, to the clever, creepy puzzles that we have to solve. Little Nightmares 3 drops on October 10th for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S consoles, Nintendo Switch, and PC via Steam. So get ready to dive even deeper down that dark rabbit hole, because this one is definitely a nightmare worth getting lost in. And speaking of going down rabbit holes,
my name is Caroline Walker. I came to this town to find help for my little sister, Anna. She does this thing where she draws terrifying images and somehow they become real. But it was all a trap, and now they've taken Anna.
We got Tormented Souls coming our way, and if you haven't played the first one yet, I highly recommend it. It is dripping with Silent Hill and Resident Evil vibes, but honestly, I would definitely say it leans more towards that Silent Hill feel, with a splash of Lovecraft. The original just had some wild stuff: time travel, alternate dimensions that you could access by passing through mirrors, which seems to be a returning feature in the sequel, radiated, mutated monsters, and a cult attempting to perform ancient forbidden rituals. The atmosphere, chef's kiss. Between the ambient soundtrack and the creepy environments, the first game absolutely nailed it. And it looks like Tormented Souls 2 is ready to expand upon everything the original set up. So if you're after a horror game with modern visuals, classic inspiration, and its own twisted identity, then yeah, definitely keep your eye out for Tormented Souls 2. Because if it's anywhere as near as good as the original, you're in for a nightmarishly good time. Yes, over time Doom has definitely evolved into more of an action-oriented FPS title, but originally, it did have some terrorizing moments. A perfect game for Halloween. But we wouldn't have Doom without Wolfenstein. And because of Wolfenstein, we're getting Darkenstien 3D.
Not that tough. I bet I could.
So if you've been craving a game that gives you that classic Return to Castle Wolfenstein feel, then this one is for you. It has everything you could want, from sniping your enemies from a distance with a crossbow, or taking out hordes of zombies with a minigun. With so many other games on this list are a bit more serious or campy, this one has more of that Army of Darkness humor, and I love it.
Moral of the story, don't mess with America.
And if this game didn't look cool enough already, well, I got some more great news coming your way that's gonna blow your socks off: the price. Because this game is going to be absolutely free when it drops on October 21st on PC via Steam, itch.io, and Good Old Games.
The hobo guy's coming, you sauerkraut sucking scumbags.
But I would love to hear what you're all planning to play this Halloween. Let me know in the comments down below. By the way, if you made it this far and did enjoy the video, let me know by dropping a like, and if you are new, please consider subscribing. As for me, I got a ton of work to do, so I'm gonna get back to the grind, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.